win the ball game, pretty much sums it up. Simple as that. Gave up an easy touchdown, a couple freshmen blew an assignment, and need to find a way to score. I don't know, but I think that might have been the only holding penalty of the day.
Do you have reason to doubt it?
Can't talk about it.
I'm just kidding.
Should have found a way though. Shouldn't have given up the easy touchdown is what we should have done. Had our chances, had a chance to miss a field goal. We make that field goal. I probably would have went on 4th down when we kicked the field goal. Just got to make plays.
Gary, Jaden seemed to think that field goal was good.
The guy said it wasn't. He's standing underneath it. I'll look at it. I'll look at it tomorrow. So. I won't be very happy if it isn't. If it wasn't.
It didn't look. It looked good.
Well, then won't you guys complain? I get in trouble for complaining. But I will watch at it and then I'll protest it.
What did they tell you on the last incompletion?
Incomplete. So, they're a good football team. They're playing for a BCS spot. We had them at home. We didn't do a lot. We have to play better on 3rd down. We got some big plays. We allowed them some short fields. I thought defensively, the way we put it, I thought they played well. If anybody doubts, I read somebody's column saying that we had to change that. We could change the perception. I think the perception's already changed. I think we already did it this year. We lost an overtime game to Texas Tech. Played a quarterback that played running back all week before we played quarterback in another loss, and played a good Oklahoma team. So it's Kansas State. I think we've done what we needed to do. Like I told them downstairs, we got to keep growing up. We got to keep working hard. We're going to play probably a Big Ten team in some bowl game, and we need to go find a way to get to 8 wins. Get a chance this month to get stronger, get healthier, grow up, do well in finals, and do what good programs do. But I'm not upset with them. This has been a long season. Like I said before, earlier in the week, the way this has been like a 13-0 season. What these kids have gone through, what they've put up with, and all the things. And a lot of it hasn't been their fault. All they've had to do is been the ones that had to handle the challenge of doing what you do. But you got to give Coach Stoops and Oklahoma a lot of credit. They played well. We didn't play well on 3rd downs. We were fortunate enough to get a fumble on a punt, and then we get the interception. Stanley would have turned around. We would have had another interception. It's a good thing it wasn't a snake. Hit him right in the back. So.
Both quarterbacks seemed to struggle with their. Was the win?
I think you saw two good defenses. The wind played a little bit of part, but it was blowing the day we played Texas Tech, and didn't seem to bother anybody. It's a lot of changing of coverages by both teams, a lot of different blitzes. When you're playing guys are all over the place, you got to come in both guns blazing. We had a good pass rush. They were getting the ball out of their hands very quickly. I thought our corners, to the most part, played well. Really the play that broke our back, you give up an easy touchdown, and then you give up a 3rd and 25 right before the half. That's like, you got to be kidding me. So those things shouldn't happen. So if anything, they just have to kick a field goal, and then you're only 3 points. You have to kick 3 points to tie the game and put it into overtime. So there's a lot of ifs and buts. But I think you got to give the kids a lot of credit. They fought their tails out. A lot of these kids are going to be around here another 3 years. So, and they've learned some valuable lessons in tough situations on the road and at home, how to play these kind of games. It's very valuable.
You think this kind of game pretty much settles the argument that the Big 12 can play defense?
Well, I thought, yeah, I've been watching people play defense. I think you'll see it in the bowl games. I think you're going to see some people from this league play. I said that about the league last year. You got some guys who can just throw it all over the place. I mean, it's just one of the things that helps us is we're always in a nickel package. We're always in a 5 defensive backs. So I mean, we're able to line up against some of that stuff a lot quicker and a lot faster, and be a little bit more versatile. And I think you'll see that we'll make a difference. That's what Oklahoma's done this season. They gave up some rushing yards, but they started playing more of nickel and dime packages to take away the pass more in this league. So, on first down.
Hasley played a little bit more today than he has been lately. Was that just a thing in practice?
Just had a better day of practice. The guys that played mostly was our 2 strong safeties. Derek Kindred and Sam Carter were kind of like our 2 linebacker guys. They went between what we call 20 personnel, which is 2 back, 3 wideouts, to 10 personnel with a 1 back, 4 wideouts. And so to make calls, to do things, we left that group in. They had to be able to play against both. The same thing we did against West Virginia. Same thing we did against Texas.
Sam Carter improved as much as anybody has this year.
Yeah, from 2 years ago. I mean, our safety group against Baylor. Let's just talk about our secondary. Jason Verrett will come out of his room on Monday after the Baylor game, and he'll probably have a chance to be first team All Big 12. And you got, Sam Carter. I think we were 0 of 11 in tackling 2 years ago in the Baylor game, and then you watch the way the secondary's played now. I mean, it's just drastic change in what we do. And he's one of our leaders. He's one of our captains. I mean, he's a gym rat. I mean, he's here watching film on his own all the time. I mean, he's a football player, goes to school, girlfriend. That's it. That's the kind of guys you want that help you win championships. And he takes these kind of games personally. He puts a lot into it. When we get our whole team to put a lot into it, like he does, which is what our group in Rose Bowl, the 2 years they went to the Fiesta Rose Bowl, you'll get the same kind of success.
Can you talk about the progress Boykin has made from time he first got in there until the end of it?
Well, we've stepped forward and we've stepped back. He's got to quit when people pressure him like they did today at Kansas State. He just got to stick in. You can't always make a great play. We did that again today in a couple drives. We did it at the end of the Kansas State game. When people are turning up, take what they give you. Just go down the field slowly, go score touchdowns. You don't have to throw 40-yard bombs. You don't have to be a post route or a wheel route. It can just be an out. It can be a stop route. It can be, and when he does that, when he takes what they give him, which is that's what the guy for Oklahoma today did a little bit. We didn't allow them very many deep throws, but he took smashes where they'd come in, the wide receiver would come in 3 yards, or they'd throw comebacks and do those kind of things. That's what good quarterbacks do. You gotta take what the defense gives you. Don't get in 3rd and longs, and then you don't have to worry about that. You gotta take what the defense gives you. And if you do that, then you move the football. You can't be, well, I got to throw it over their heads all. That's not the way the game's played. People are too good at those kind of things. So, but I think he's progressed. He's got to learn. He's got to keep learning. And like I told Andy 5, 6 years ago when he was a freshman, fun is not about yardage. Fun is WIN, period. And when you're that guy, that's the only thing that counts. People are looking for winners. They want people that can win the big game. And Andy was one of those guys that he didn't do that till his senior year. I mean, we went in 2008 and played, what did we get beat, 35-10? By the team that played for the national championship, and he didn't play very well. That game got hurt. That cost us the Colorado State game the next week because we were following the snap with our backup quarterback and come out with like a 13-10 win or something like that. I mean, you gotta find ways to grow up and take what people do and know that they get scholarships, their coaches get paid, and they're going to get ready for it. They did a great job today with their tackles of not running and running out of their lanes, except on the final one where he ran in when there was a penalty, not allowing him to scramble. They turned their ends loose and their tackles played up front, and said, we're not gonna let you. You saw them about 4 or 5 times, we tried to get out, and they just kept surrounding it. Okay, well, you gotta learn to throw the ball away, or we gotta get the ball out of our hands quicker. I mean, one of two. But I mean, I am sure he's learned a lot in the process.
Coach, you said all season that your mantra is about growing up players, and earlier this season you said that you're in the job of growing up young people. How have these guys grown up off the field?
Well, I think good. I think we're having a good semester academically, as a general rule. I mean, if you watch how they handle themselves, I mean, you don't go into the places we've gone and not have matured. I mean, you just don't. I mean, West Virginia's a tough place to play. Texas is a tough place to play. I mean, we haven't beaten them since '67. So I mean, and we won there with a redshirt freshman quarterback and 35 redshirt and true freshmen. I mean, so I mean, I think you got to say a lot about what this group did and how important it is to win. And at the beginning of this season in spring, you couldn't have a conversation about what was going on out there. And now on the side, they actually see things. I was just about young defensive linemen all the time. That happens. It's one of those, how'd you get blocked? I got doubled. Well, how'd you get blocked? I got doubled. How'd you get blocked? I got doubled. Well, our 4 down linemen just got blocked by 8 guys, but the linebackers got blocked and the safeties got blocked. So how did that all happen? And so once they get older, they understand what happens. You can talk to them. They can tell you how they blocked you. They can do it all. And consequently, when that happens, then we know how to fix it. And so it's when you get a more intelligent team, which I think we are, and what they find out is when they play together better, they usually are more accountable to each other off the field as they do things.
Anything else for Coach?
Gary, you have any expectations on where y'all are headed?
No. No, if I was a betting man, it'd probably be Houston or Phoenix. But I'm not, because I can't.
Gary, after playing those guys, was OU the?
You're not getting me to say anything one way or the other. So it's on their bulletin board next year. I mean, we'll look forward to going to Norman.